Hey everyone, I go by Taken on the Internet and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing how trending topics do not protect Black women, and while I talk about that, I am going to be showing you a collage that I created of some of my favorite Black celebrities, female celebrities. So today on the topic board, we got Keke Palmer, Meg Thee Stallion, Chloe Bailey, and Lizzo. I'm not going to talk about any of them personally because that's kind of the point of this video, but those are who I use to create my collage. They are my muses for the day. And I chose these women as my muses because I feel like they all handle themselves very well in the public eye. For the most part, we're all human, so we all have our vulnerable moments and our tendencies to, lash out. But honestly, if I was in their position, I would not be behaving accordingly to the way everybody says that I should be behaving. So I decided to use them as a reference point because I just believe that they're really good representation for us. And honestly, as a Black woman, I love these women. They're my representation. They are breaking boundaries and, pretty much they are our representation to the world, not just America. And I think sometimes we kind of bottleneck them into just being American celebrities. But trust you me, everybody in the whole wide world knows about Meg Thee Stallion, Keke Palmer, Lizzo, and Chloe Bailey, okay? And if they don't know, they will know real soon. And we all know that. I also chose these women because they all represent something different to me, and I think the experience of a Black African American woman is it's unique in my personal opinion, because that's the only experience that I have, and sharing that experience with these women is very reminiscent of how diverse the Black experience is, the Black female experience is. So they're really valuable to me. So I decided that we need to discuss this issue. So the issue at hand is that trending topics do not protect Black women. Oftentimes you see Black women's character being attacked and their actions being scrutinized and them just kind of being condemned for just freely existing. And then on top of that, we get social comparisons and a lot of times it's not necessarily them who are competing with, amongst themselves. It's us as the consumer who are pitting them against each other. As I was saying before, Black women are really at the forefront of these hot topics because they are the celebrities right now. They are the people who everybody is trying to keep up with and who everybody wants access to. But with that is bringing a lot of elements of just hatred. And we can see it in the way that each of these women is treated for any given circumstance that might happen to them in life. Especially with social media, we are getting a wide coverage of basically very narrow moments of their life and blowing them out of proportion or to the proportion where it's uncontainable for them. They can no longer control their own narrative. Also, Black women are not often given the opportunity to control their narrative, so things just spill over and people just start to talk. And with that, it's it breeds a very hateful community. And a lot of times when, the celebrity at hand or the celebrity in question is a Black woman, most of her fan base is going to be Black women. So with that, the people who are commenting on, their lives and making these blog posts and, just overall kind of targeting them and attacking them. Because I know I would feel attacked if somebody took the time to make an entire video about a moment in my life where I felt that I was weak and I felt that I was vulnerable. I know I would feel attacked. So the attacker is often a Black woman. And, in our own community, we all have had our own moments where we felt invalidated and maybe misunderstood on purpose and just kind of made to feel less than. And oftentimes, because we are all of the same community and we all have the same experiences that breed similar insecurities within ourselves, we know exactly what to say to target the weakest part of feeling so overly exposed. These are very specific comments that only Black women would know what to say. And oftentimes when we are the first person to comment on it and we make a negative comment, people are going to fall in line and begin to comment alongside of our commentary that they used as insight to get to the actual insecurity that is causing the moment to feel so detrimental. So then these surface level comments have become personal. And by using our own insecurities to pit ourselves against our own representation, we are breeding an environment that's not allowing the space to evolve for a more diverse Black female experience. I think something that we can all agree on is that it seems that Black women's appearance is always going to be at the forefront of everybody's mind. Like, that is just something that everybody wants to comment on. And, most celebrities experience similar scrutiny, but it is the intersectionality of all of the scrutiny, all the different types of scrutiny that a Black woman can receive that makes it so harmful, really. Now, these issues are things like colorism and fat phobia and hypermasculinity or hypermasculization. I think that's how you say that. Or pretty privilege and your level of aggression, and just really things that can actually break the normal person down. It's like almost sometimes I feel like we don't have the empathy and compassion to recognize that if we were in a situation similar to them, we just wouldn't continue with what we were trying to achieve. It's enough to definitely break a weak person down. That's why I chose these 4 women here, because I just feel like they have really persevered regardless of what anybody had to say. And that's what makes them so successful. So even though there are blog videos and blog posts and, social media posts that really degrade them and make them seem like they are just unworthy of common empathy, they're still here. I think their character really speaks to the resilience and the strength of Black women, but just because they're strong doesn't mean they should have to be strong all the time. And I think that's what a lot of Black women are saying now. It's like, I shouldn't have to be strong. You should just stop attacking me. It's like, yeah, everybody's going to have their share of haters, especially when you are pursuing something that a lot of people are afraid to do. But it just seems like it's just too much. It's like we always constantly say that we should protect Black women, and I just don't think we're practicing what we preach. It's like what I'm here to share is like, how do we go about protecting Black women? We're not going to see them during the day, so we can't just speak up for them whenever. But I feel like there are a lot of things that we don't have to interact with, or we don't have to interact with in the way that we have been doing, that could actually kind of honor them and give them a place to personally grow into themselves and be. Because honestly, when we're young 20-something-year-old Black women, we don't know. We're just as naive as everybody else. And we have all this societal pressure to just be something that we might not necessarily want to be. Like, that's just not us. So I came up with a couple solutions of how we can interact with, content and things like that, because we can't deny that, there are a lot of Black women that are using these blogs to have a livelihood. And there's really nothing wrong with that. But if we could support them in a different way, we could have a safer environment and an environment that they can thrive and our favorite celebrities can thrive. So my solutions are, instead of commenting and potentially starting a hate chain. And because, we do all suffer from groupthink now, especially on the internet, is the post that is talking about the issue, share it with your friend, share it privately, share it with your mom, share it with anybody. And y'all can say whatever you want, but what we really want to avoid is that celebrity seeing what we're saying about them, because we don't want them to think that we don't have their back, because that's not the case at all. Usually we're just genuinely interested, and we can talk about them just like we talk about our friends or the people that are close to us. And we could also use more discernment at people and blogs that are purposely trying to come for their characters. Like, if you see something that is already written and a negative connotation, don't interact with that specific video. Go find one that is less biased, and you can just kind of get a overall, summary of what happened and what's taking place. Along with that, I think sometimes we use the internet kind of as an escape from the real world, which, is kind of like what it's for, but avoid watching things that are negative in a low vibrational state. Like, if your mindset is not there, I wouldn't suggest you go watch a video on somebody else's dirt, because you're going to feel like you have some right to comment, because maybe you're going through your own dirt, or maybe you feel like you would have handled it another way, but it's really just not our place to say that. And we could just all use a lot more compassion towards these people, because at the end of the day, they are people. And like I said, they are very valuable assets to our community, because they are us, essentially, in the eyes of the world. So instead of, oh my gosh, like, this is really, like, that's crazy, why would she do that, and saying all of that out loud, hold it in, keep it to yourself. Wait a minute, digest, sit with it, discuss it with yourself, and kind of think, man, if I was in this same position, in a position that obviously probably is, different, has its own nuances and things, how would I react, and would I be what I think they should be? Because most of the time the answer is going to be no. So that's all that I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If y'all like this kind of video, please like, comment, and share this video, because this is a positive video, and it's just talking about things that we could all benefit from and reinforce our internet etiquette, especially when it comes to protecting Black women. So y'all can follow me on Instagram at Taken_, and that is TAYYKENN_. And yeah, like I said, like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And yeah, I'll see y'all on the flip side. Bye.